Oh, I said. My favorite quote was when she said, "Everything's okay for you because you can pass for the dominant race."
He's not going to interviews.
Yeah.
You're going to do like your personal interviews.
I don't know where it's going on.
How did seeing that resonate for some of you, like in terms of culture today?
Have a little story. So spring break, I spent it at my cousin's school. Her school is 90%, well, it's 10% minority. The other 90% is Caucasian. When I was at her school, she's half white, and she has very fair skin. Well, not very fair, but like she has fair skin, dark eyes, brown eyes, and dark curly hair. When you look at her, the first thing you think is that she's some type of Hispanic descent. When I went to her school, her roommate is black. She's actually African. The entire time, I had to explain to everyone that the girl who just happened to be near my skin complexion wasn't the person I was related to. That the girl that looked Dominican, that no one knew was half Haitian, was my cousin. I had to represent for her because of the fact that she doesn't, not that she's embarrassed of it, but she's not one to be like, yes, I'm half Haitian. She's just like, you know, I'm not just white. And for me, it made me mad because you shouldn't be at a school for a year and a half, and then for me to have to come to your school and feel uncomfortable because people don't know what you are. So the fact that she wouldn't speak about it, it rubbed off on me, and I was there for a week and felt like uncomfortable. I couldn't, in her school, if you're family, if you're related to the person, you get to go into the cafeteria for free. We had to find other people for me to go in with because they didn't want to believe that we were cousins. Because of the color of her skin. So I had to go find some of her friends that were black to go in with. And I don't think that's okay. I personally,
Take that up with your
just because
cousin.
she passes at something else doesn't mean that, because it's not even me that passes at something else, it's her, and it still affects me, you know?
But the institution should not have made that assumption.
Yeah.
I think that's the big issue.
There was one lady that actually just let me go. She's like, oh, do you like it here? How was it? So that one lady, every other person, I had to come in with someone else because every other person at one point turned me away because they were like, you're not related. I'm sorry. I'm like,
That's
I'm sorry,
ridiculous.
excuse me? I'm not what? This is like my first cousin. It's not like a third cousin, fourth cousin, twice removed. My first cousin.
Kid twice removed.
I like how
You want to be on camera too?
she identified racism. How it's like the fact that I have to explain myself for everything is racism. Like I shouldn't have to explain anything. That I like that definition of racism because that goes for everyone. You know, if anybody has to go in and be like, hey, I'm this, I'm that, because of this, because of that, that's racism. And I like how she said that.
Ambiguity makes people very uncomfortable. The fact that people weren't quite sure what your cousin was makes people very uncomfortable.